joking about is like there's some until a person is really aligned with the spiritual realm, and that's whether their self. It's a funny thing. It's like when you're really aligned with your spiritual life, then you're aligning with everything else. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I think I do know what you mean.
And if somebody else isn't, as aligned or temporarily out of line, then it's really about being patient with people. It's not about. It's just a different. It's a different life. It's not that competitive thing. It's like a lot of people are still looking for parents or, looking for the teacher that's going to, give them the power to learn how to manipulate other people.
Yes.
It's astonishing. It's astonishing, what people say and believe when they're just they're not in alignment yet, and I don't know. So anyway, it's been. So when you were that the other day, they kept saying morning, and really the event happened early afternoon. So, but you felt the presence of being linked into the spiritual realm.
Yes.
It's a magnificent feeling, isn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, and with the sort of things that I've been showing you, and your guides have been helping with, and my healers and teachers that work through me, it's like it's actually getting strong enough to remain in that for longer and longer periods of time, and and it's sort of an odd thing. It's like the more experience you have with it, it makes it easier to do your practices and your disciplines that foster. Then it's like building a foundation and building a house almost at the same time. And at a certain point, it just starts working. That's what you've discovered, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Because, it was like we were talking about something else, and suddenly I just knew they were person.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about it, and I find myself down there on the beach.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, I tell you what is I had somebody call with an emergency, and it's Sunday, and I'm going to go ahead and respond to this person's crisis, and then I got to do some of my own remaining anchored in the matrix of love, and sometimes it's a little bit of a hassle.
Yeah.
But it's better than getting shocked and blown away forever, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you, and unless you have something else you want to add in.
No.
Yeah.
I thank you. I get surprises. I didn't expect this nice chat with you this morning. I was thinking actually about you.
Yeah.
But I knew you would be busy, so I thought, okay, I wait until evening for my session.
Yeah.
And I think I was thinking like, well, I miss those chats with Dale, but he's busy. Not about me. Everything is not about me.
Well, even the funniest joke of all with all of this is that through what you have felt like has been stumbling and bumbling and failing is you've actually been providing leadership for a circle of other people. And you're starting to understand it's not about impressing anybody, it's about just trying to live your own life,
Yes.
And follow the teachings, follow the suggestions, And there's 3 or 4 people around you that we'd like to have them figure that out and to, come visit and fast. And We're going to see if that's going to be possible. And if not, then we said if not if not in New Mexico, then someplace in the Midwest, or by November in Florida.
Wow. Yeah.
Because you can see that each of the other three around you, while they've really grown stronger and they're learning a lot, is a lot of it's been about confronting the weak elements of their personality, and at some point they're going to need to have some sort of guiding star inside of themselves arise. And then it starts anchoring, correct?
Yes.
If you look back at since you fasted, your life has been totally different, hasn't it?
Yes. Yes, it is different.
And what it was is you had earned the right to consciously withstand the vision of the flaws of the personality that have harmed you since you were a child. And so that was a graduation ceremony, and it was also a map. And you're not quite at that anchored in it yet, but it's getting stronger and stronger and stronger, correct?
Yes, I'm not anchored in it yet. Yes, that's true.
Yeah, and it's really almost like learning to behave the opposite under the very same inner and outer pressures. Yeah, and that can only be so some people around you are getting set up, getting prepared, and a couple of them don't even know that yet. But you but you understand, correct?
I think sometimes it's better not to know.
It's so funny is most this my friend that I've been interacting with out here is I've been interacting with her for I don't know about a couple of 3 months or something like that, and she found out from somebody else that that I'm a shaman. So we were hanging out at the spa one day, and she turned and looked at me. She said, "I didn't know you were a shaman." And I said, "Well, yeah." And she said, "Well, you don't act like one." And I just started laughing because she meant I don't act bizarre, I don't act strange, I don't act like I have special powers, and it's like, a lot of people are still trying to figure those sorts of things out, And, so it's like, the funny thing is that a person that enters into intermediate steps of shamanism is it's a very difficult stage because they actually to the degree you're still hurt, you want to take what you're learning or any power that comes through you, any spirit that comes through you, and you want to use it to build the personality up, and it's the weak areas. It's the weak areas that. So there's a lot of people that call themselves shamans or even real world shamans that I've met. They still have character flaws that they're dealing with or not dealing with, and so then they act bizarre. And the reason they act bizarre is because they've kind of learned a couple of secrets, and it's like, and the secrets are so simple. It's that you're living a path, And what you do today affects tomorrow. It's like, but it's on a more profound level, correct?
Yes. Yes.
So you're starting to catch a few glimpses of what you've been teaching or what you've been taught.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm amazed.
Well,
I'm so glad I met someone like you.
But again, it's something you earn, and like you've seen with a couple of people, it's like it's not always something you earned. It's like when people begin to figure out how real it is, then they'll either withstand the attack of the personality, the wounded part, or the wounded part will take over and they'll start lying and projecting. And, it's amazing what different people can think when they get to certain points, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And yet, you just have to let people do what they need. Okay.
That's true.
Okay, I gotta call this person that's having a
Okay, thank you
crisis.
so much. And
Yeah, later.
Okay,
Yeah, thank you for your time.
bye.
Okay, yeah, bye-bye.